Hi there, this is Greg Nasso at Complete Payroll. I just want to prepare a quick video recording that kind of walks through reviewing geofencing and different kind of flags and punches that show on time cards. So in our system, I'm just going to click on current period. I'm coming here to this employee I want to review today. And so this will kind of show you a good representation of their time card. And when we're utilizing geofencing, we essentially have a couple different pins and flags, and I just want to walk through what each of their meanings are. So first up, obviously we have a green pin right here. A green pin represents someone punched utilizing their mobile phone. They punched within an allowable fence. And so if I'm reviewing this, I can go ahead and click on it. This is going to kind of pull up this punch on my screen. I can see here on the map, this is where they punched. This is the radius of the punch, and then this is the radius of the geofence. So obviously this punch fell within the fence. It's flagged as green. In this case, there would be no type of email notification that would come to you, kind of making you aware that they had made some type of mistake because they obviously punched within the allowable fence. So next up here, we kind of have a series of other flags which tend to, not be tied to the fence in a particular way. This particular pin means that the employee punched from their phone, but on the employee record, you don't require that they provide GPS information. So essentially, you are saying that this employee can punch from their phone, but you're not going to try and collect location information from them. And so in this case, it's not going to flag it as red. There's not going to be anything for you to click on because we didn't actually collect any GPS information. This is just simply representing that they punched from the phone in this case, but you have said that you don't want to collect GPS information. And that's a change that you can make under the employee's record. I come here to the employee's record. We have this add GPS to mobile punch if available. In the case of that example, this would have been set to no. So this is something that an administrator would have done. This next punch here, this is saying that the employee punched from their phone. You are collecting GPS information. And so if I click on it, I can see where this employee was. However, in this case, the enforce geofence setting has been turned off for the employee, which means that you're not requiring this employee to punch from one of your specific preset geofences. In this case, this setting would have been set to no. And so that allows the employee to punch really from anywhere. You're going to collect their GPS information when they record those punches, so you can review it if you'd like to. But in this case, again, an administrator has set in the system that this employee is allowed to punch from anywhere. And so we're not going to enforce geofencing. We're not going to flag when he punches outside of the fence. Now, these last two punches that we see here, these are the ones that are going to draw your attention when you're utilizing geofencing. Both of these types of infractions are going to generate an email notification to the immediate supervisor and the administrator in the system. And so in both of these cases, that enforced geofence setting is on for the employee, and the collect GPS information is on for this employee. But this first flag, the red pin with a cross through it, that's representing that on the employee's end, on their device, they have disabled the location services on their device, and so the system cannot collect their location. Now, we do see this happen sometimes when an employee's first setting up the app. I know that some individuals tend to just kind of disable location tracking in general on smart devices and apps, and so this certainly could be a mistake. However, in this record, if we use this very specific example, right, I know this employee they had location services on in the morning, but now on this punch they did not. This would reflect that there's probably some opportunity to have a conversation with your employee. There might be some grounds for disciplinary action if you find this same type of example really repeating itself, right? But in this case, this would generate an email notification, but we cannot collect the GPS information because the GPS tracking was disabled for the app on the employee's smart device. And now this last pin, this one's a little bit more straightforward. this is representing that the employee punched outside of the fence. And so we were able to collect GPS information. I can go ahead and click on it. And so in this case, we can see that it looks like the employee looks like at Wegmans. And so this is where they punched. And if I zoom out here a whole lot, I know that our fence is kind of back in Perry, way down here. Can't even really get there, right? Our fence is in Perry. Obviously, the employee's outside of the fence. So this would have generated an email notification alerting you of the infraction. So again, I just wanted to provide a good representation of kind of what these different pins mean. Some of these other entries that we see on here, if there is no pin next to the punch, that's representing that the employee punched maybe using a computer through a web experience, or maybe they utilize a physical clock. And so when we do see these pins on here, it's representing some type of punch that originated on a mobile device. I thank you for watching this video. I hope that you find it useful. If you do have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thanks again, and welcome to Payroll Country.